All right, traders, good evening. Today we are going to go through the market. So, first, let's see if we are live. Let's see if we are live. So, you can grab your seat and I will share this stream to our Telegram pages. All right. All right. So, as you all know, I am a swing trader, so I don't tend to trade all the time. But whenever I'm in my position, it could take me days. It could take me days. Yes, it could take me days. All right, so let's see what we have today in the market. Let's see what we have today in the market. All right, so I may not have the opportunity to send this live stream to all the group, right? So if you are getting the link, that means you are among the fortunate individuals. Okay, so I'm gonna forward the links right now, so grab your seats. If you have any question you would like to ask in the live stream, ask your questions. Ask your questions, right? Ask your question. You can comment any asset you want us to analyze in the live stream. Okay, I believe I've sent this live stream link to all the groups. Okay, now let's check the market. Let's see what we have, what is going on. Let's see. Now, ensure you like the live stream. Ensure you like live stream. So I've been holding on to some trades for some weeks now, and then that is one of the let me just say the downside of being a swing trader. Being a swing trader, it's not that easy. You have to wait for days, even if not weeks, before your trade could germinate. Now, I took some trades, and I think the trades are just starting to move right now, even though it's still going through some kind of a sideways market movement. Anyways, I'm gonna show you. I will show you how I took the trade, what I saw in the trade, and if things like this repeat itself in future, how you can take advantage of it. So okay, I think there is a link I need to send to someone right here. Someone is still saying she cannot see the link. Okay, so as I was saying, I took a trade on the British pound sterling paired against the JPY. I took this trade. I made my first entry. That was on the 12th of August. That was last week. And the new week, this week again rather, I made another sell at this level of the 199. I think around something like 1997, stuff like that. I shared all these entries in the VIP community. So you guys can use the comment box to suggest any asset you want us to analyze in this live stream. Okay, so first thing is let's go through the market and see how we can analyze this market. Now, as you can see on my price chart here, I have a lot of movement going on in this market. So I am going to zoom out totally on this price chart so that we can see the direction of this market flow. Now, based on what we have on this market structure, we all know the market is going upward direction. Market keeps on breaking highs, then repetition of higher lows, highs. Now, pay attention to what we got at this medium. What can you see at this medium? I marked blue. I marked a level right here, blue. What can you see? What can you see at this level? What can you see at this level? What can you see at this level? I need to know if you guys can see my screen. I'm going to try to refresh my screen. I need to know if you guys are seeing what. Okay, good. Now, what can you guys see at this blue zone? You can see at this blue zone right here, there is constant supply flowing into the market. Whenever market tests this supply zone, we always have price push to the downside. And to take a close view of what we had on the 9th of July, that was last month, price went all the way down. And again, to this same supply level, on the 16th of July, price went all the way down. On the 18th of July, there was a liquidity sweep, price went all the way down. On the 31st of July, the last day of the month of July, price moved down aggressively, and we had a break of a structure to the downside. You can see that. Now, after this break, price once rallied again to this same supply level, and since the time whereby price rallied to this zone, we can see how difficult price has been struggling to break higher. Now we got overlappings of bars. I made the first sell signal entry right here, and I share this trade in the Forex VIP mentorship class on our Telegram channel when I made my decision. So I started waiting for days, and then it took me to a new week. I made another sell. That was yesterday, or that was yesterday, right? Yeah, another sell. Now, my bias on this trade is based on a bearish flow. I believe price has a tendency to move all the way down based on how price has been reacting to this supply zone, this blue zone. Now, I want price to participate. That means price should crash all the way more down, and where crash to the maybe 195. I want price to crash to the 195. If price can crash to the 195, that would be good. And let me show you guys my risk to reward ratio on this trade. You know, I don't trade all the time, but whenever I want to trade, I always look for a big fish in the market. I don't look out for crayfish or prawns. I look out for big fish, that is whale, sharks. Sometimes I could manage dolphins, you know, but whales, sharks, these are my favorites. Now, as you can see right on this price chart, based on my entry zone, based on what I had on my entry zone, based on what I had right here, I'm targeting a whooping 6 risk to reward ratio. 6 risk to reward ratio. So if the market can go all the way down, that is 6 risk to reward ratio. That would be good. That would be nice. So that is what I have on the British pound sterling paired against the JPY. So I am technically bearish on British pound sterling paired against the JPY. Now, let's check the other currency, GBP USD. You know, I'm not a fan of adding multiple positions on the same base or the same code currency, because I believe if you are trading one currency and you are trying to trade another with the same base, that means you are just trying to double your risk in 2 places. But this time around, I have to go against the rules. You know, as a trader, you don't have to be rigid. You have to be flexible. You don't have to be rigid whereby you say, oh, this is what I have to do and I have to keep on doing this. Of course, it's good, but sometimes you have to be flexible. You have to violate your rules, but you have to do it wisely, smartly. Now, I took a sell on GBP JPY, and I also took another sell on GBP USD. Now, The reason why I took this sell was based on the conviction I had that the blue zone I marked right here is a strong supply zone. Now let's get back to GBP JPY. GBP JPY, I got a supply structure right here. I shorted, and GBP USD, I got a valid supply. After price retrace, I shorted again. Now let's zoom in and see what we had right here. Now this is a 4-hour chart. There was a supply level at this level here. There was a strong supply level here. Price rallied into this supply, and we kept having rejections. We got the bearish reversal bar, and the price retraced back to test some fair value gap on the 1-hour chart. Yes. Now moving on the 1-hour chart, this fair value is obvious on the 1-hour chart. This is the fair value gap on the 1-hour chart, which was used as our point of interest or our entry. You can see that after I made this entry, the market has been going down. No, the only trade that kept me through survival mode over the weekend was GBP USD, because GBP USD at least moved out of my point of interest well. It was only JPY that was just going up and down, but currently right now both positions are in profit, and that is kind of amazing. So GBP JPY, I'm technically bearish. GBP USD, I'm technically bearish. Yes. Now based on that, let's check other currency pairs. So based on what we have on the GBP USD on the day chart, you can see, I can see technically there's a strong sentiment for sellers to keep on pushing price all the way down, right? And based on GBP JPY on the day chart, I can see now the sellers are setting up aggressively to push the price down. Don't forget, you can use the comment box or the chat box to make a request of any asset you would want us to analyze. Any asset of choice. It could be in the crypto market, the stocks market, the forex market. Just type it in the comment box so that we can go through together and I will analyze it. Right? Thank you. Now let's check gold. I think there was a scalp trade on gold in the scalp trading signals community since yesterday. The trade actually went well, but within a short time the market reversed all the profit, and I believe some traders were able to secure some profit before the market went all the way down. And there was a warning to get out of the trade before the market hits the stop loss set for this trade. So that is something about the market. There was the other block zones right here on the 1-hour chart. There was a fair value gaps, a pushback into this fair value gaps, a rejection of this fair value gap and the other block, but the price failed. But based on what I can see right here, I believe this trade is just for a day trading or for scalp trading. And I will show you the reason why I think this is for day trading and scalp trading, and not for a trade to be held on for a long period of time. I will show you why I think it's for a short period of time. Although this trade was being sent for entry at this zone and stop should be below, and then the trade should go to this top. But the reason why this trade couldn't go far before it went all the way down, of course, if you had made your entry right here as a trader who knows how to manage your risk, you should have trailed some profit to break even, because you took your trade at this level, and let's check it out. You took your trade at